Good morning! おはようございます。皆さん。How you all doing today? 今日はいかがですか？ You doing good? It's a Sunday. Hope you're liking your Sunday. Don't mind me. I'm just setting things up a little bit here. Alright, Times New Roman 12. Here is heading 1, Times New Roman, and center it. Chapter 4. Chapter 4. Denka's ability. So that's what we're I mean, this time the title, what am I looking for? This time the title's pretty self-obvious, isn't it? And there's no need to do the whole like wait till I finish the rest of the chapter and then we'll figure out the title. You know, there's none of that this time. This time it's straight and forward. Denka no Saino, and so Denka's ability. すべて yeah, okay, I mean, let's just dive right into it, right? すべての超能力訓練は基礎トレーニングから始まる。漫然とでもいい。ひたすら使って使いまくるのだ。そうして超能力減始めよ知らん。もとい。元気かな。元気を疲れさせ、休んで回復させる。すると超能力はより強く強靭に成長する。All superpowers the training of all superpowers began from the fundamentals. 漫然 casual, aimless, rambling. Doesn't quite seem to get the feeling that I want. That doesn't help. Roundabout. There we go. The point was to... Is it roundabout? Or is it repetitive? Rambling. Aimless. Repetitive, I think, maybe. Might seem repetitive, but, well... Yes. And the point was to use it again and again. This way the superpower muscle gets tired out. 休んで回復 gets tired out, has to rest, and then recovers. すると超能力はより強く強靭に成長する。After that, the muscle would be just that little bit stronger than before. 初期の超能力は特属時間や使用可能回数が少なくすぐに稼働するから。基礎トレに時間を取られることもない。ルーデンカのお散歩や花壇の世話の時間を犠牲にせずに済む。Especially at the start. the muscle would not be able to last long. At the start, the superpower would not be usable. Yeah, okay. At the start, the superpower would not be usable for any prolonged period of time or for any not be able to use for long or repeat repetitions. Muscle would get tired out from tired out quickly without much usage. And so the training would not require that much time. Fundamental training generally wouldn't take much time, as the muscle would get tired out quickly rather quickly at the start. Being unable to be used that long or for that many times is, I don't like the sentence, but you know, we'll fix it in post. Thankfully, this time, thankfully, it thankfully there was no need to eat into Denka's strolling time or strolling or flower gardening. Kadan no seiwa kadan flower bed. There was no need to eat into Denka's strolls or the time spent taking care of her flower beds. I don't like this entire paragraph. I feel like I would probably need to think about this again. But right now I'm talking also, so I can't. We'll just leave this as is. It's like bleh. 城下町の工場から代行権限で電圧テスターを借りてきて測定したところ、電圧テスター voltage meter? Don't you mean a voltage meter? A voltmeter? Voltage meter. Ah, it's a voltage meter. A voltmeter. Isn't it? Multimeter. Okay, voltmeter is probably the right word. You know what? Difference between voltmeter and multimeter. Voltmeter can only measure potential difference between 2 points in an electrical circuit. Multimeter is a multi-purpose instrument that can directly measure various parameters. Okay, so voltmeter is what we want. 電荷の初期電圧は 2.2 V だった。Procuring a voltmeter from a factory downtown and using it procured a voltmeter from a factory downtown using the Grand Duchess says authority and used it to measure Dudenka's output. Her turned out her starting value that's voltage was 2.2 volts. Dry batteries provide, is that the right word? A battery provides volts? I feel like that's not quite, I feel like there's another word on the tip of my tongue. Produces? Shit, I'm gonna have to think about that later. 1.5 volts. 触るとビリッとくる電圧が約 volts. To get a small spark. God damn, my head's not working right today. My head's not in the right place today. I'm sorry, guys. Dry batteries produce to get a small bitty spark, buzz. Flash. You know what do you say when you like put your hand on like a metal when it's winter and you're walking on a carpeted floor, you get like a shock. Yes, there we go. Get a small shock with contact. The voltage, it is at 10 volts that us humans would feel a small shock. 人が死ぬ電圧 at 50. We die from 50 volts. 一般家庭の電流 電源 electrical power. The power of most home electrical appliances is 100 volts. 電気うなぎ。何これ？電気うなぎ。Electrical eel? Electric eels. Electric eels. Electric eels. Voltage. Generate. Generate. There we go. That's the word I was looking for. Yay! Electric eels generate 7. Wow, shit. That's powerful. Lightning is several oku. I can never remember oku, man. Oku. Several 100 million volts. 初期値は高くもなく低くもなくといったところか。In light of all this, Denka's starting voltage wasn't too high and wasn't too low. It was stronger than a dry battery, but weaker than 2 dry batteries. What kind of counting is this? I mean, yes, yes, that's true. 電気能力は検索で創作ではポピュラーな能力だ。以前超能力1移植実験をした時も電気能力者は結構多かった。能力の希少性は低いが応用力が高い能力であることは間違いない。Electric powers were quite popular in works of fiction. So 創作, right? 創作 works of fiction. Popular な能力 were quite popular. 以前超能力移植実験をした時も電気能力者は結構多かった。When I performed my superpower transplant experiments before, 電気能力 Is there a name for this? There should be a name for this, right? Superpower wiki. Electricity manipulation and generation. Electrokinesis. There we go. That's what we want. Because the rest are like cryokinesis and like I forgot what the fire one was, but you know, whatever. Turned out to be pretty common. Turned out to be pretty common. Pretty common too, because it's following up on the sentence. 能力の希少性は低い。The rarity of this power was low, but its 応用力 application was quite high. 応用力 Adaptability. Let's go for Adaptability. Adaptability was quite high. 単純な使い方なら電気をまとって電パンチ大パンチ応用なら雷の槍を投げたり手のひらから放電したり極まれば雷を落としたり生体電流を操って長反の高速移動先行で目くらましなんてこともできそうだ夢が膨らむ Sounds exciting 単純な使い方なら simplest usage would be to clad one's fist with electricity 応用なら槍を投げたり or to get a bit more creative, one could throw a spear of electricity or shoot electricity from one's hands like Star Wars power or shake shoot There we go 極まれば雷を落としたり for the more masterful users on the higher end of the spectrum we would see 極まれば極まる to be powerful at something at the end of the line with mastery mastering the power after mastering the power one could upon mastering the power one could perhaps bring down lightning manipulate the electrical impulses within their own body to 超反応高速移動 to attain super reaction let's see reaction super reaction is there super reaction super reaction I don't supernatural reflexes there we go supernatural reflexes or high speed movement or use or create flashes to blind one's enemies. Yeah, that's a lot, that's pretty cool. All that is pretty cool. And what this makes me think of the most, because my background is anime, first thing that I can think of is Negima totally killed it with this, didn't he, man? ネギ先生 with this Magia Erebia totally killed it, man. Like, he became lightning. It was so fucking cool. Here, this one, man. Dude, look, like he would generate lightning, he would take it into himself, and he would become lightning. It was so fucking cool. I loved it so much. I love that series so much. Alright, テスタのおかげで電化の成長率は正確に測り出せた。With the help of the voltmeter, we could accurately measure Denka's growth rate. It improved from 2.2 volts to 2.42, then to 2.662. Improved from 2.2 to 2.4, then to 2.662, and so we calculated it to be 1.1 times. At the lowest output, she could keep it up for 10 seconds. Should I do this? Space or not before volt unit. By non-breaking space followed by unit abbreviation. So this. So it seems like this is right, but it's not the common thing to do. In that case, we will keep it like this, I guess. Might as well. Why not? The lowest output, she can keep it up for 10 seconds. 特属時間を伸ばすのは応用年が必要。Adaptability training was going to be needed to extend that time. 16回成長すれば 10V になり、戦闘に使えないこともない威力になるのだが、派手な放電ができるようになるかは微妙なところである。If she with 16 reps of growth, her output would become 10 volts, which could or could not be used be useful in battle depending on usage. 派手な放電ができるようになるかは微妙なところである。Which could or could not be useful. this is a very vague sentence, which makes it pretty hard to translate to. Right. 戦闘に使えないこともない威力になる which could or could not be useful in battle. So that last part was just my addition, but I think it could stand on itself. 派手な放電ができるようになるかは微妙なところである。Whether that was now, whether that was enough for a flashy showing display was 微妙 was up, could be subject to debate, I guess. Whether that was enough for a flashy, that was enough as a flashy display could be subject to debate. 超能力の成長回数がだいたい20から40回で上限に達する。50回を超えて成長するのは2人しか例がない。From prior cases, we knew that most superpowers hit their growth ceilings after 20 to 40 reps of growth. There had been only 2 people who had experienced more than 50 reps. ご家庭の電力を賄う自家発電 100V ができるようになるためには40回の成長が必要で、大クラスの威力、大クラスとは何でしょうか? This sounds like a meme. 絶対ミームでしょ。クラス。クラス。何でしょう? What is this? Is it Dungeons and Dragons? Not Dungeons and Dragons. Monster Hunter. No, not Monster Hunter. Dragon Quest? Dora Kue. ですか? 雷 F クラスに甘んじている。これなのかな? ドラクエ。トップクラスの威力。なさそうだね。クラス。That just means class, doesn't it? Class. We are gonna have to look this up, so we would just translate it as this and then highlight it. That's what we're gonna do, as always. That's the way we do it. In order to supply the power needed by the appliances in her home, boy. 100 volts. I'm just gonna put it as a parentheses for now. She would Inca would need to go through 40 reps of growth. Queen of Thunder, is this it? Queen of Thunder. What is this? Oh, is it One Piece? Nami. Oh, is it a One Piece move? One Piece. Nami. Abilities and powers. Does she have names? Oh, Nami. Namizo. Nande. Does she not have titles? Does she have a title or something, right? Physical abilities, no. Navigation, no. Negotiation, no. Art of weather. Climate tact. Perfect climate tact. Sorcery. Climate tact. Shiawase punch. Nanda kore? Greatest something. Lightning crash. I feel like there's a lot of like spoilery stuff here, but lightning crash, electric crash. You know what? Why am I doing this in English when I can just do this in Japanese? Nami. One Piece. Ooh, shit! I hate katakana. I'm so bad at doing katakana. One Piece. One Piece. Hangeki no Kaminari. This and this. Hora. 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 Okay, I'm gonna have to look this up in my own time. But I feel like I got it. I feel like I got it. To reach the output of this, 200 reps were going by the math, 200 reps were necessary to reach the output of that. In other words, it did not seem likely do Denka. Chances were extremely slim that for Rudenka becoming a real-life Queen of Thunder. 成長率 1.1 倍というのが痛い。1.5 倍ぐらいあれば45回で大クラスの威力になるから十分現実的だったのだが、手から雷を出せるのが現実的ってよくわからんな。The 1.1 growth rate really hurt her chances. If it was 1.5, then she could attain that with only 45 reps, and which would make it a lot more realistic. Then again, how realistic was shooting electricity from one's hands anyways. ルーデン家は才能がないお方で、勉強も運動も芸術もダメだ。それを受け入れて応援に専念できるのが殿下のすごいところなのだが、やはり自分だけの特別な力に覚醒したというのは嬉しいらしい。殿下 was a person without talents. She could not study, nor she was bad at studying, exercising, and the arts. それ受け入れて応援に専念できるのか being able to accept that reality and dedicate herself solely to motivating and pushing others up was her strong point. Even so, she was glad. やはりすごいところなのだが、was what made her so great. Was what made her so すごい。was what made her so glorious. No, that's not it. Exceptional, fantastic, marvelous. Yeah, I think I'll just leave it like that. Even so, she appeared very glad to have her own power, something that only she alone, that something that she and she alone had. Something that only she alone could do. 自分の紙に能力を使い、ブワッと逆立たせたり、東電球を指でつまんで意味もなく点滅させたり、無邪気にはしゃいでいらっしゃった。東電球とはライトバルブですか？ライトバルブ、midget lamp, miniature light bulb. What's a miniature light? What? Is it miniature light bulb? Ah, these things. The mini light bulb. I see. We've done this a lot in school, haven't we? It was fun. It was fun, wasn't it? Especially LED lights, man. Oh my god. Sticking it into the what board? The circuit board. And then sticking it like the copper wires and stuff. That was fun. That was so fun. She had a ton of fun. Making her hair stand up straight and pinching a mini light bulb in her innocent way. And making a mini light bulb flash for no reason. Tenmetsu, blinking, flashing. Yeah. Blink. Oh god. I totally understood her feelings. 能力の強さが問題じゃないんだよな。超能力が使えるということそのものが楽しい。使い方を妄想して実際にやってみるのが楽しい。超能力は覚醒したてが一番楽しいのかもしれない。The point wasn't how strong their superpower was. It was the very fact of being able to use a superpower that was a source of joy. It was the very fact of being able to use that superpower that was the source of joy. It was fun imagining ways to use the power and realizing. Fun imagining ways to use the power and actually trying them out. 超能力は覚醒したてが一番楽しいのかもしれない。Perhaps the most fun part of awakening to a superpower was the right after awakening it. Was right after awakening to it. Was right after awakening to it. The most fun part of having a superpower, of possessing a superpower was right after awakening to it. ところが 楽しいことほど過ぎ去るのは早い。Oh. Should I do this part? It's sad. Should I leave you guys on a sad note? Okay, let's do it since we have a bit more time. However, all happy things eventually come to an end. ルー殿下にも無慈悲な現実が襲いかかった。ルー殿下 turned out to be another victim of cruel reality. 8 days after she awoke to her power, her growth stopped. In other words, 8 she went through 8 reps of growth for a final max output of 2.928 volts. 電気は超能力にする才能がなかった。She turned out to be talentless, even in the field of superpowers. ダメ。2.8 になっちゃった。だんだん弱くなっていく。やっぱり 2.928 が限界だね。Oh no. It's gone back. It's gone down to 2.8. It's getting weaker. Seems like your maximum really is 2.28 volts. Hi. Oh. My maximum really is, oh no, it's going down. Lenka was sitting on her own bed in her room. 膝に乗せたテスターの電極。The electrodes? I think these are electrodes, right? Electrodes. 電極に指を当てながら、のほほん。What's that? のほほんと言った。Nonchalantly. Nonchalantly commenting on the results being shown on the voltmeter on her lap. While there's a lot of information here. She's also using her fingers to touch the electrodes. 電極に指を当てながら while touching the electrodes with her fingertips. Sitting on her own bed in her room, touching the electrodes with her fingertips and nonchalantly commenting on the results. Touching the shown on the voltmeter. touching the electrodes on the voltmeter in her lap and nonchalantly commenting on the results, on the numbers, on the readings. Yep. ルー殿下の基礎訓練は冠城さんが雑談ついでに監督してくれていたのだが、想定外の成長、頭打ちに遠隔召喚された何かの間違いかと数回測定し直してもらったが、数値が上がるどころか過労でだんだん出力が下がっていっていた。冠城さんはテスターをあれこれ調べ、首を横に振る。テスターの故障でもないらしい。3回で成長が止まってしまったのだ。あれ3回だけなのか。3回だけなのか。3 reps of growth. Okay, we are gonna end it on this sad and depressing note. Press an F in the chat for Du Denka, please. Poor girl. So sad. So sad. Alright, that's it for today. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Hope to see you again next week. This chapter will, of course, be up on the site next Saturday. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. Cheers.